All I just wanted to say is that we've talked about a range of national issues overall, which I know people are passionate about. But one of the things that's so...
English issues.
English, UK-wide, global, European, certainly. And I know that people are passionate about them. But one of the things that I think is great about this forum, and also about the men's breakfast that I've spoken to here at St Andrews, is that people have strong and passionate opinions, but they're reasonable. And it's good to maintain that tradition of reasonableness and open-mindedness in debate, and I very much appreciate it. The only other thing that I was going to say is just in the same way, there are two other issues where I think that people here have been exceptionally reasonable, actually, given what's happened. One is, of course, what has happened in the past with Farnborough Airport. And I know that your chairman has been very eager to ensure that an idea that was floated, not by the government, but by some backbench MPs, about what might happen with Heathrow and Northolt wouldn't lead to the breach of the planning rules that had been agreed on Farnborough Airport. So some of you may have heard there was an idea of shifting commercial flights from Northolt Airport to Farnborough Airport. Well, thanks to Kevin's advocacy, Andrew Lloyd, the chief executive of Rushmore, has had to point out actually that A, this is just a speculative idea, and B, that it couldn't happen without changing the conditions that are there in the moment and which are supposed to be honoured. The second thing, of course, is that everyone is naturally concerned about what's going to happen with the future of Deepcut, and I'm very grateful for everyone for the way in which people have responded to the various different provocations. At different points there have been suggestions of things that might happen which were not really calculated to encourage people to welcome the development, but people have been amazingly decent about it. I just hope that we can continue to keep that pressure up. One thing I saw recently which worried me was that the levy that any developer would pay in order to go ahead with this development would be split, so that something like 80 to 90% of it would go on a SANG, a suitable alternative natural green space, and only 10 or 15% would go on other infrastructure. And I don't think that's right, because I think that we have to make sure that the developer provides appropriate infrastructure. We know that that will mean more school places, enhanced health facilities, and of course it will also mean not just the natural green space, but proper environmental mitigation and transport. So with your help, I'll try and ensure that we remain vigilant there.